what you expect, nigga, switch perspectives. You know she got objectives, no point in trying to lecture. Don't let that shit affect you, just let the bros protect you. In the end, flip the script, she must be glad she met you. Yeah. See, now I'm feeling masculine.
Welcome back to Opinionated, the podcast, season 3. I'm your host, Joshua Hicks, and across from me, as always, my brother from another mother, Ree Washington. And today, we got my Broward brother in the building. You know, whenever Dade and Broward hook up, it's going to be a great episode. We got my boy Stew in the building. How you doing, Stew? You all right?
It's Big Stew. Big Stew. He is stupid if you think he not rolling this.
Stew, man, I've heard a lot about you just from Ree, man. I'm excited to have you on as a guest. Stew, just tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Stew, Checklife Stew, from Broward County, a little above Miami, South Florida still. Grew up kind of simple, you know what I'm saying, just hustling every day. Played a lot of sports. I played almost every sport. People ask me what sport you play just because I'm tall, I'm big. People say, yo, you play basketball, you play football. And I played almost every sport known to man. I played basketball, I played baseball, I played soccer, I played tennis, I played lacrosse. I played varsity baseball my freshman year of high school. I played soccer all the way up to the age of 13.
Okay, Pele.
Yeah, man, what? I got trophies and travel soccer team jerseys at the house and crap like that. Yeah, I grew up just trying to find something to do, trying to stay out of trouble, because Florida, it's easy to get in trouble. You know what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, Stu, you know, just let's start from the beginning, man. Let's start off Broward County. You're a young black man in America, man. Just tell us a little bit about just your upbringing.
Simple upbringing, really. My parents are Jamaican, so they kind of installed that fear of God in me. Mm-hmm. My mom she's a reverend, so she was like very, very strict on just praying before you go out. Be safe, be wise. Whenever you're going out anywhere, just be safe. Think about your surroundings. Think about this. My pop's the same way. That's why I'm always, even when I'm like not working with Ree, I'm always like on alert. Mm-hmm. I'm always like one that's looking out, because I'm always looking out, because I know it can go down at any moment. Type stuff.
And I mean, how was it growing up, like having a mother as like a reverend? Because I mean, you know, there's always two sides of the story of, you know, you got to watch out for the preacher's kids, mm-hmm. and all that, or, you know, they're always in church. So just tell us about that.
So she wasn't a reverend always. My mom, okay. So she had me when she was about 25. So I got to see her when she had her bob, and she was kind of, she was still young and out there. She knew what she was doing raising no kids. So she used to just do what she seen her mom do, stuff like that. So I got to see her transition into the reverend. I got to see her become a reverend. I got to watch her become an ordained minister. I watched her go to classes and learn the Bible and learn everything like that. And even now, like, that's why I can keep it real with my mom 100% of the time. Like, my mom know that I have license for guns, and then my mom know I have different problems with anxiety and things like that. So I have marijuana and things like that. She knows I do these things because I'm not hiding nothing from her. Mm-hmm. So I can keep it real with her, because I know that she understands the both sides of the world and how things actually go.
Yeah, and I mean, did you see that like as a benefit, like to see that, okay, when your mom was 25, she had you, but growing up kind of like in your first half of your life, you saw her as just like, you know, a regular mother, mm-hmm. loving, caring, and then she started to transition into the reverend side and the gospel side of things, where now it's like, okay, it's balance. It's balance for you, like, because most, you know, reverend's kids or preacher's kids, mm-hmm. that's all they know. That's the only lifestyle that they know, and that they usually, once they get older and they start to try to get away from the church, it's kind of more judgment from their parents. But you don't feel that way, right?
Not at all. I mean, because my mom, she's down to earth. She's mm-hmm. She's not a pastor, so she's not that high up. But she has the ability to marry and baptize and do all this stuff. Mm-hmm. She has that ordainedship. So, like me, I got a lot of tattoos. I got both arms, chest, back. She knows I have tattoos and everything. That when I was 15, I had to do a junior sermon. Okay. And then my topic was tattoos, was marking the body. And it was a debate. So it was two junior sermons. One person was against it and one person was for it. Mm-hmm. I was for it. So she actually helped me build that sermon. She actually helped me build the reasons why the Bible don't say nothing about tattoos. Don't say nothing about marking the body. Don't say nothing about piercings, anything. That she actually helped me build the foundation for that junior sermon. She helped me pull the parts of the Bible that actually talk about marking the body. Because if you talk about marking your body in the Bible, makeup is considered a mark of the body. Like, you're not supposed to wear makeup. If you're against tattoos, then you're against makeup as well. Mm-hmm. So you can't kind of like people try to like change the Bible into nowadays and try to say, oh, it means this, it means that, but really it's not. It's not that simple.
What age did you find yourself, finding yourself though? You know what I mean? Because she was a reverend, and I'm sure she was teaching you certain things because that's what's her point of view and what she believed in and stuff like that. At what age did you kind of figure out yourself or start to figure out yourself and mold yourself into who you truly want to be?
14, I would say 14, 15. So around that same time I did my junior sermon, I have 2 older brothers. One of them is 10 years older than me. One of them is 5 years older than me. So having older brothers, I always wanted to hang out with the older kids. I wanted to be around them. They had cars, they had whatever. I was always with them. You can't act like a kid and try to hang out with the big kids. Like you gotta act cool. You gotta, like, when they chilling, you gotta chill. Like you can't be running around trying to play with rocks or whatever. So around the age,
rocks and
you can't be throwing rocks. You can't be like skipping rocks when everybody else chilling. You gotta chill. So around that age, one of my brothers was 18. And he was a senior. He's a senior in high school, so I'm riding around the car with him. And I'm watching him do stuff. I'm watching his friends do stuff. I'm watching what he does in front of me, what he's not gonna do in front of me. I'm watching everything, taking it all in. Age of 16 is the first time I got shot at. So that kind of helped build and mold me in the steps and certain things I just kind of like eat up, and I learned what I can take and what I can't take. I learned. Like I said, I started learning myself. I learned what crowds to be around, what situations I could put myself in, and how to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, growing up in South Florida, obviously you and I, we both can relate to this and attest to this, because a lot of people think, oh, South Florida is just the beaches, the big houses, and all that. But you just said, hey, at 16, you got shot at. Like, that's not normal everyday life for a kid. So, like, how did that affect you? Because it had to affect you at that young of an age.
For sure. And it just taught me when you could be really like minding your business, but it's the crowd you keep. My mom always told me that, the crowd you keep. You could be this person, but the crowd you keep. You can't play with fire, and then when you get burned, you get mad or whatever the saying is. Like, it's all about the crowd. So it taught me, like I said, be aware of your surroundings. If you're gonna put yourself in that situation, if you're gonna do the crime, do the time. Like, it taught me like everything that coming to the world is. That's why I grew up a lot faster than other people. Mm-hmm. Like, people that's my age, they act younger than me, and I act older than myself. Like, people ask me how old are you, I tell them, like, I would have thought you was at least 5 years older, just because of the way I carry myself.
Do you think that benefited you?
I want to say it did. I would have no regrets. Mm-hmm. I don't like seeing it on my little brother though. Mm-hmm. So my little brother, he's 9 years older than me. So he's a junior in high school now, and I'm seeing him like he's acting like he's way older than he's supposed to be. Like, he never got to be a kid and have fun. He never got to skip rocks in the lake. Like, he never got to do little kid stuff. Like, he always wanted to hang out with me. Like, kind of like how I always want to hang out with my older brother. He always wanted to hang out with me. When I was in high school, I was driving to school. I would drop him to school. He would ride around with me, listen to music I listen to, whatever. If I had to go to football practice, he'll stay late with me. He'll like hang out with my friends, and he always wanted to be with the big kids. But that kind of hindered him. And I didn't think it hindered me, but I'm seeing it on him, and it kind of hindered him from being an actual kid. So he wants to grow up faster than he is. And I have to tell him, like, man, just chill out. Like, you got time to do this stuff.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, you got time to be a kid right now. When you get to college or when you whatever, then you can do this stuff. I like, man, to be honest, I told my brother, I said, I ain't smoked weed until I graduated college. The first time I smoked weed, I graduated college already. I was on my way to graduating.
Do you find yourself being more of a mentor to your little brother? And try to, not tell him what to do, but just give him advice a lot. And you don't want him to go down the path that you didn't choose or that he doesn't have to. Do you find yourself?
I try my best to not be a preacher. I don't want to talk down on him, but I try to like influence him the best I can. Like, he's in Florida right now, so at random times I'll have like a dream or something. I'll call him in the morning and be like, hey, how you doing? And I talk to him. I'll be like, hey, man, this is what I'm feeling on my spirit right now. Something's speaking to me. I'm gonna let you know that's how I feel. This is what I'm getting. So I don't know what you're doing. I literally called him the other day in the morning. I was like, hey man, I don't know what your friends are doing. I don't know who you be around, but I want you to chase your dreams, and if their friends aren't doing the same, find you some new friends that's chasing dreams too. Like me and my Checklife brothers, we all linked up and chased a dream together. It wasn't no. if you wasn't on your stuff, I wasn't gonna hang out with you. Like, it's simple as that. I'm not hanging out with no slackers and no bare minimum. Like, you have to be go getter to be around me. Like, you can't be a leech. Like I mean, you waiting for me to succeed so you can get some too.
Yeah.
No. So I try to instill it in my little brother. Like, hey, chase that, and then find you some friends that's chasing it too. Whether you're playing basketball, chase some friends. Find some friends that's gonna grind with you every day after school. It's gonna play basketball with you, whatever, and get you to that next level. Like, whatever your dream is, you want to make music, chase that. Find some friends that want to write music and beats and everything like that, and chase that. Don't just go home and play the game or chill out and think everything's going to find itself.
Because you had mentioned earlier that you suffer from anxiety and that you started smoking weed after college. So did those two go hand in hand when you first started smoking weed because of the anxiety, or no?
Yes and no. So I would do edibles or whatever before I graduated. That was like, if I was going to do like anything THC, it would be an edible, gummy or whatever it was. But after college, man, after you graduate, you guys know, after you graduate, it's like, what do you do now?
Yeah, real life is.
You don't have the day-to-day, everything's planned out for you. You got to go to class, you got to play football, you got to do this. You're graduated, everything's supposed to start, life's supposed to start now. You're like, what do I do? I graduated with the bachelor's degree in computer science and software engineering. So it's like, I knew my senior year, and I actually going in my last semester of my junior year, my internship, that I didn't want to do it no more. I had my internship. I sat down in the office, and I was like, I cannot sit in the office desk every day. Like, it's not for me. I'm too much of a busybody, too much of a go-getter to just sit here and watch life pass me by. Just work a 9 to 5 and then get off work and go home and whatever. I don't even play video games because I don't like sitting still. Like, I literally have a PS4 at the house and don't play it. Dust on it. I have a Wii. Don't play it. Has dust on it. A lot of games I don't have time to. I'd rather be doing something with my time. Like, I just can't.
And I tell him all the time, like, I mean, I feel like if I'm sitting down, I'm stagnant, I feel like I'm missing out on something. It's like that FOMO, but it's just like I'm not out and about kicking it, chilling, partying and all that. No, I just have a fear of like just missing out on an opportunity if I'm, not present in the moment. Like somebody you might be able to meet one day and you just out and about and run into them, but you rather be home being on the game and you lost that potential connection. I want to, go in a little bit of depth about, your check life, man. I think that's important to you, man. I think that you push it real hard. I think that, you hold that close to your heart, man. So
Facts, bro.
What does it mean to you? What is it,
So I get asked that a lot. What is check life? So the idea of check life basically started with one of my brothers. He always just kind of stacked his money, even through high school, whatever. He'll play play tonk, he'll bet, whatever, stack his cash. They call him check life. So he transformed that. He makes music now. He goes under Check Life Zeke, as Spotify and everything like that. Instagram is Check Life 6 and Snapchat is Check Life OG. So he is the originator of Check Life. So when me and him kind of like decided we're going to create into clothing, that's when it became, okay, this is what we're going to do. It's just the idea of chasing your check at always. So you might have heard the saying vamp life. Or jet life. Like people that's up all night are vampires, they're vamp life. They catch a lot of flights, you might be jet life. So check life is the same thing. You're just chasing your check, you're going after the money. Check life is the best life. Like having money is better than not having money. Like check life is the best life, so you better get your check right. It's the same. It's kind of like just be a go-getter at all times, stack it, chase it, and don't be scared to go get it. So whenever we started it, it was kind of like bottom. Like people say you started from the bottom, we started from the bottom. Like it was just an idea that we literally was drawing stuff up in the dorm rooms, looking at different designs and different ideas. And 2016 was the official established date of Check Life Clothing, and it built, but we had plenty of mess ups and just learning experiences, and that's the thing that people don't understand. People ask me, oh, can you make me a shirt? Can you make me this? Can you design this for me? I'm like, I went through the struggle, so I can't just save you from your struggle. Like, I need you got to understand the process that it takes to get here. I can't just give you the answers, and that's going to make anything any better. But yeah, so CLK is Check Life Clothing. It's the simplest way I can put it, that it means more than, because people when we first came with the Check Life, it was me and my brothers. We were all together, and we called ourselves Check Life. When we came in the building, it was, Check Life is here. and it became a gang idea. We're not a gang. We're just a group of people with the same motive. Like it's not a gang at all. So people say, "Oh, am I Checklife?" You could be Checklife. Anybody could be. Ree could be Checklife. Josh, you could be Checklife. Like anybody could be Checklife. You chasing your check, you getting your money, you get into your bag, and you ain't gonna blow on nothing stupid. You gonna stack at least 100 a day.
Yeah.
So next time it rains, it's gonna be a wonderful day. Like the simple as that. Like chase that.
Tag that.
And I mean, I love the Checklife story that you said started in 2016 in the dorm rooms, but like you mentioned that your junior year, you pretty much didn't even want to do what you went to school for, and it was almost kind of like you was chest deep in it already, like you couldn't go back to starting all over again. But what did you do after graduating from college and you knowing that you didn't want to use that degree at that point in time?
So me figuring out I didn't want to do my degree was kind of like, okay, what can I do with it? I don't want to work at Cerner. I don't want to sit at a desk at Cerner. So what can I do? I started designing Checklife clothing website because I do not do that. I know how to design websites. I know how to design different apps and software and things like that. Started doing that. My brother, he graduated with a design degree in digital media. So he started designing different logos. So we started using our avenues in a way that's going to help our business. So that was like, I'm like, okay, I still have my degree, so I can still fall back if I need to. That can be my plan B. Right now I got plan A, plan A1, plan A2, plan A3. Exactly. I'm not falling that backup plan yet. I give myself 5 years. I give myself 5 years to figure out how many different avenues of income I can do in these 5 years before I need to. All right, I clock in and now I work my 9 to 5 and I'll stack my, because it's good money. Like that's the reason why I chose that degree, because I knew it's a 6-figure income job. Like it's well needed in this day and age. Whether I want to work as a civilian contractor for a Air Force or anything like that, or I want to just work for any day-to-day life, I knew that it was a good backup plan to have. So I started to use my degree to kind of like push what I already wanted to do with my brand. Because that makes sense.
It does make perfect sense, because I gave myself a 5-year plan until 30. I'm 26 right now, so I still have 4 years left. But I told myself, look, I got 2 degrees. I have my bachelor's in communication and rhetorical studies, and I have my master's in sports administration. So no matter what, I made sure that I majored in 2 degrees where I can have multiple jobs lined up just in case plan A, plan A1, plan A2 doesn't work out. I know that I can go back to my degrees and say, okay, now Josh, you got to go out here and get that real job. Even though you don't really want it, you got to make that money, provide for yourself and then hopefully your future family. But you mentioned something that Ree and I talk about all the time, is the reality after graduation, real life hitting you. I try to tell people younger than me, I'm like, even if you don't go to college, but mainly people who go to college, once you graduate, you've been riding this high for about 4 to 6 years, depending on if you got a bachelor's or a master's, where you have been your most selfish self, because you could do anything during that time. It was almost no pressure besides going to class and getting that degree. But as soon as you walk across that stage, it hits everybody at a different time. For me, we graduated from Illinois College. That following Monday, I was enrolled at Grambling State, where I was getting my master's. As soon as I graduated from Grambling, that's when it hit me like, oh, I got to get a job now. Like, I can no longer just go to college and, party and have fun with my friends. It's like, oh, okay, I got to, like, do different adulting stuff. So I agree with you, but, like, when did you finally realize, like, man, okay, I got to be an adult?
That's hard. So basically, like I told you, I grew up faster than everybody else. So even with me playing football, full-time student, I still worked 30, 35 hours a week at FedEx overnight. So I was a hustler. I just drive the trucks around the yard or whatever. I didn't do like the boxing stuff. I kind of did like the bigger pallets, and I worked at FedEx Freight. So I did that 35 hours a week, even while football season was going on. Like I would still be working. So when I graduated, it took me a little longer for me to have that oh shit moment. Yeah. And I graduated. I started picking up more hours at FedEx, started working, whatever, and I had my days. I'll go work out. I feel like I had it all going. I'll go work out during the day, sleep, take a quick nap, head to work. Go do a little more hours there, make some extra money, come on, whatever, do it all over again. And it was flowing pretty good for a good little while. I would say a good 2 maybe 3 more years. It was flowing good. Then COVID happened, and that's when my oh shit moment happened. So COVID happened, and FedEx started doing cutbacks because they don't know. When COVID first happened, it was a panic mode. Like, is transit going to shut down? Are we still going to be able to ship? Like, it's because it was a big, like a big phenomenon that it can stick to boxes, it can stick to cellophane, it can stick to this, that. Like, wear everything, wash your hands every 10 seconds. Like, it was like such a big panic, and I was like, okay. So I don't even know what happened, but I was just like, all right, I can't do this no more. I can't do FedEx no more because I'm not gonna. I was like, man, I'm not gonna catch some COVID off a package like it came in from Illinois or something like that. I'm not gonna play around like this. So I quit FedEx. I started doing insurance. Life insurance, and like that. I made $6,000 a day doing life insurance, and it sounds great, right? And then I went 2 months with no sales. Yeah. So you went from making $6,000 in one day to 2 months with no sales. So then it's like, okay.
Now
how long
it's catching up with
is this sustainable? Is this can I do, not knowing if the consistency is there of making a paycheck? Then I found out my daughter's on the way. So I was like, okay, cool. So I can't do this.
That COVID, baby.
I can't do this. I gotta find something more sustainable. So I found me a different insurance job that had hourly pay with the commission. So I was making $18-$20 an hour. Then a commission sale come in, and I can make addition onto that. Started packing onto that. So that's kind of like where I was like, you gotta. That's why I started coming with Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, because it was like, you're not working at FedEx anymore. Like, my plan was to level up through FedEx, become a manager or become a driver, whatever I had to do, and make 6 figures through FedEx. Because I didn't want to sit at a desk.
The office.
Yeah. FedEx kept me on my feet, kept me moving around, kept me bouncing around, and I wasn't even thinking about starting another business. I wasn't thinking about that. But being in insurance, kind of you sat home a little bit more. You kind of had the opportunity to more think on what you actually wanted to do, and that's when I had my oh shit moment, and that's when I realized I had to boss up myself. I had to find those plans, Plan A, Plan B, and because I never want to work for anybody. Insurance gave me that freedom, that you have structure enough because you have your hourly pay, but you're kind of working for yourself. If you don't make your money, if you don't go make them calls, you don't make them sales, you don't get paid. So it gave me that avenue to feel like I'm working for myself, but still gave me structure of being an employee.
To me, it sounds like you are not afraid to, dibble and dabble and try new things, from going to this type of job to selling insurance to at a point in time doing security, now you bartend, you know what I'm saying? So I think you are one of those ones who don't mind change in a way, and I think, that's big because a lot of people are stagnant. A lot of people hate change, and that's why they can sometimes be in the same situations or, predicaments is because they are scared of change, but that change is something that they might need in order to push them forward, and to progress in life and to just maybe be more successful than what they are. But everybody's success is different,
Yeah, and then you mentioned transitioning now. You're a girl dad. Mm-hmm. How has that experience been for you? I mean, has it softened you up? How has it been a father? Tell us about that.
Being a girl dad is funny to me because like when you have no energy in the world, like you're like I said, I work weekends, I work nights, whatever it might be. And then every morning I go pick her up, and it's like she just has all the energy in the world, and she can look at you, and she gonna be happy, and he's like, and she cried. You gotta if you feel that in your soul, like it made me more. It didn't make me softer. It made me selfless. It made me more conscious that it ain't nothing about. It ain't about me no more. If I grind, if I don't whatever, if I don't go to work today, if I don't go to work, whatever, if I decide I'm gonna skip work or if I decide I'm gonna take a rest day, it ain't about me. If I decide I'm not gonna go to the gym, it ain't about me anymore. Like, I have to be healthy, I have to live long, I have to make my money because of her. Everything I do now is because of her. I don't push myself at the gym if I don't think about her. Like I said, I don't grind for that extra tip if it ain't for her. Like, everything, it made me selfless. It didn't make me softer. It just made me selfless because I still have little empathy. I'm trying to get more empathy, but I still be like, I look at her and I'm like, man, stop crying, man. Like, get together. Like you gonna boss. Like, you gonna be a boss. Like, you ain't gonna be no soft girl. Like, you gonna be a girl, but you gonna be a boss. Like, you gonna eat that up. Cause she'll fall.
She gonna be a half.
Yeah, she learned to walk right now. So she'll fall, and like she'll just like plop down, and she'll look at me, and she and I was looking at her and I'm like, "No, you good?" And she'll get up again. Because if I like, and I've seen my mom like she'll fall and my mom like, "Oh no," and then she'll start crying because your reaction is what she reads off of. If I look at her and I'm like, "You're fine," and I smile, or I'll laugh at her if she fall. I'll laugh at her or I'll smile, and she'll be like, "Okay, it's all good. Like I might have failed, I can get up again." If you overreact every time she falls, then she's gonna like learn to overreact her body. Like she learns to control your body based off your reaction. So I learned that it's a learning experience. It's fun. Yeah. It's something that I didn't think was gonna be my. I thought I was gonna have a son. I thought me and God had a well-known agreement. Like, yo, I need a junior. I don't need nothing else. But it is what it is, and I'm happy for her. Blessing.
Man, so I talked to God on my own time.
We had an agreement, man. We had agreement.
He must have been telling me that problem.
So that means you're gonna try to shoot for a second one now. Huh?
Oh no. I ain't doing that. I might be done for the game. She might be the only one. Might be the princess.
I got you. So, you and Ree worked together. I mean, how did you get into the industry?
Started at Throwback. It was after COVID. Throwback just opened back up and needed security. Started at Throwback for a little bit. Worked there until Ree had his pool party. Then I worked security at the pool party. And Ree was like, "Shit, I can get you on the L." Got on the L. Same time society's just not getting popping. So it started. It all kind of like flowed, like almost like it was meant to be. Like it all just kind of flowed way too smooth. Like it was like L, society, L. L started needing bartenders. I started. Everybody's like, "I'm gonna put you in. Like, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And it's like it was all like it's meant to be. Like literally the transition. I couldn't write a better story for my transition between all those places.
And you feel like your plan A, plan A1, A2. Everything is aligned up perfectly for you, where it's like it's all working out. It seems like life is where you're supposed to be at right now.
Yeah, I think I'm doing exactly what I need to do. Like, my mom talking to me every day, saying she thinking like, when I'm gonna get my real job, when I'm gonna get a real job. I'm like, "Well, I got a real job. I get to keep my time freedom." So that's the goal in a lot of people's life: being time free and being financially free. So you're not worried about money, you're not worried about debt, you're not worried about any of that, and you have all the time in the world. So I get my time freedom. I get to have my days to spend with my daughter. I get my financial stability from working my weekends and still having my weekdays to spend with her. So I still don't miss out any of the year 1 to 5 growing time, because that's when you do the most growing, when you do the most learning, and you don't want to miss that. They're only a baby once. So just because she might be my only one, you only might be a baby once. So I want to be there for every moment of that. So I get to enjoy it and spend all that time together. So then I feel like a lot of things is aligned. Like, so last year around this time, I got in a bad car accident. Somebody hit me going through a green light, and that was one of the things that kind of shaped me and molded me, because you can do everything right. I literally leaving Walmart maybe a quarter mile from my house, going through a green light, mind my business. I don't think I was playing music, because I literally didn't turn on the music because I was about to be home. Going through a green light, mind my business. Some lady comes to the green light and decides she's gonna make a left turn, and literally hit my door seam dead on, like right in the seam of my door. And then she gonna tell the police that it was my fault and I ran the red light, whatever. So the cop goes back and sits at the light and looks at the light. There's no green arrow at the light. It's just a sign that says left turn, yield on green. So of course she's in the wrong, and I'm in the middle of the lawsuit on that as well. So I think that was one thing that was meant to be as well. It was meant to help align me and kind of regain my focus and kind of mold me, and to know that you got to stay ready. You got to be ready at all times. Even your most predictable moments is unpredictable. Like, how many times have I went through that, like going to Walmart and never got hit? And it's like you can do everything right and it still go wrong.
So I have a question for you. As this interview starts to wind down, man, I think you have a good answer. I just want to hear your perspective. I just want to see, what you have to offer the viewers or the world, out there. What do you feel like the world needs more of?
I think the world needs more go-getters, more people that just have the mindset of it ain't gonna come to you. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be just handed to you. Nothing spoon-fed. But people that actually wants to go get it. People that just don't want the easy route. People actually want the harder route, because they know they're gonna learn a lesson in that route. They know they're gonna learn what they need in the future. I've learned so many lessons in my journey that I didn't think I would need until later on, and it's just like, okay, I know what to do here. Like, I'm put in so many situations where, okay, I know I'm gonna do here, I know I'm gonna do here, like, because you've been through that lesson. Because if everything is just given to you, if everybody wants all the answers, first and foremost, people like, can you do this for me? Can you make this for me? No, go get it, and you're gonna learn so much more in that process, in that journey, that you should be almost kind of like wanting the harder days. You want the harder days because you feel so much better when you actually work through the harder days. That's why I love the days where I do not feel like going to the gym. But the days that I sit outside my car and I'm like, so drink my pre-workout, like, I feel like going in here. It happened to be leg day sometimes, but it'd be like the days I really do not want to go in the gym. Those are the days I look forward to the most, because it's like when I get in there, I end up being in there for like almost 2.5 hours just going. And then once I get going, I'm going. I come out feeling great. I feel better than like even the days like chest days are my favorite days. Chest days are the best days. Those are my favorite days. But the days that I do not want to go is 1,000 times better. Like, you feel 1,000 times just because of that journey of pushing yourself through and fighting yourself through. It's just me. Maybe that's my motive, that go-getter motive, that dog in you. You got that dog in you that you just push through anything. That is the best feeling to me.
Well, Stu, my Broward County brother, you did not disappoint today. Man, I'm glad that we had you on this show. You blew me away, man. He's Ree Washington. I go by the name of Joshua Hicks. This wraps up another great episode of Opinionated, the podcast, season 3. Love, always. You may find yourself at a crossroad. You begin to question whether everything you're doing is worth it. You see, it's embedded in us to retreat back to normal whenever one becomes uncomfortable. Yet, uncomfortable situations usually make the best resolutions. I say that because when your back is against the wall, all you have in life is your instincts. This week, trust your gut. Realize that every decision you make may not be for everyone, but then again, you're not for everyone. As always, Sela.
Thank you, Jesus.